Hello everyone, Riot here, and today we're going to be looking back at Bride of Chucky. In my last video, we talked about the mess that is Child's Play 3. Now, if you missed that video and are interested in my thoughts on the movie, you can check the description of this video to go watch it. Bride of Chucky is a great film, but also an alright one. Bride revitalized the franchise after 7 years since Child's Play 3 and the bomb that it was in the theaters. While Child's Play 3 is mostly disliked, Bride is pretty mixed amongst fans. It's Don Mancini's take on the meta slasher type of movie that was made popular by Scream, which means a lot of horror movie references and a lot of jokes in this film. And also, this is the film that makes Chucky a full-on comedy character, and the tone being way less horror, which people are pretty divisive about.
Why does that look so familiar?
Now let's get into my thoughts on Bride of Chucky. I love this movie, but there's one thing that holds this movie back for me, and it's Jesse and Jade are two human main characters. Because if you guys couldn't tell by the title of the movie, Chucky is no longer the side character or the antagonist. Now his name is in the full title of the movie. He's our main character, the one we're mostly going to be following. But this movie does still have two human characters that we obviously are going to root for as well, or supposed to. And in this movie, it's Jesse and Jade. And holy crap, these characters freaking suck. It's even worse since we have to follow these characters, like I said. There are main characters besides Chucky and Tiffany. Which, speaking of them, we get introduced to a lost love of Charles Lee Ray and Tiffany Valentine, played by the GOAT, Jennifer Tilly. A fantastic addition to the franchise. And by both, I mean literally both Jennifer Tilly and Tiffany Valentine. Jennifer Tilly really puts her all into the role of Jennifer Tilly. It gets confusing, so bear with me. But no, Jennifer Tilly puts her all into the role. Don Mancini makes her do some ridiculous things, and she eats it up. She really cares about the role and really does her best with it. Like I said, Chucky is also back and great. Me personally, I love Chucky's comedy side. For me personally, it gives him more personality. Like, for example, you look at Jason and Michael, they're just silent stalkers who just, kill, and their intimidation is just by them walking really fast and them being silent. Then you look at Freddy Krueger, Ghostface, Chucky, they're cracking jokes. Not really Ghostface cracking jokes, but Freddy and Chucky, they be cracking jokes. They be doing one-liners. They show more of their personality, which, in my opinion, is much better than Michael and Jason, who just are the silent type. Now, I will say, though, that this movie does a horrible job of balancing the horror and comedy, which, like I said back in Child's Play 1 and 2, that Child's Play 1 and 2 are the best at balancing Chucky's horror and comedy side. And it's the best up to that point. Like, I do think we'll get into it later, but in a later look back episode. But I do think that a future installment does also balance his horror and comedy side well. And another great thing about this movie, Chucky and Tiffany's relationship / rivalry throughout this movie is so great. You have moments where they're in love with each other, they're teaming up together, no problems. And then you have the nice one where they're freaking yelling at each other, hating each other, wanting to kill each other. And that's literally their whole relationship throughout this movie, next movie, throughout the rest of the Chucky series. You have them loving each other, then you have them hating each other. It is so great, and I love it. Brad Dourif and Jennifer Tilly killed their voice acting. It's honestly so good. Oh, and if it wasn't clear, Chucky and Tiffany hard carry this movie. Because again, Jesse and Jade aren't doing anything in this entire movie. And then another positive about this movie, the kills. The kills are so good. There's a lot more gore, a lot more gore. And you already know which one I'm going to bring up. The glass ceiling kill. Oh my god.
What are you doing? Ah! What would Martha Stewart say?
Fuck Martha Stewart! Martha Stewart can kiss my shiny plastic butt! Here I am slaving away over a hot stove, making cookies, making Swedish meatballs, and for what? For a man who doesn't appreciate me! For a man who can't even wash one fucking dish! For a man who isn't even a man at all where it counts, if you get my drift! Take it from me, honey. Plastic is no substitute for a nice hunk of wood.
Honestly, I could praise this movie so much more, but sadly, we got to get onto what I dislike, and you already kind of know with Jesse and Jay, but there's still more. The stupid runaway plot. I already hate that trope in other types of media, where the characters are on the run from the cops and they have to survive. And I hate that so much. I hate that. Hate that. Hate that. Um, so seeing it here is a slog. Um, like I said, Jesse and Jade should not be in love when they're so goddamn quick of accusing each other of murder. Like, hello, you love this person and you're just so quick to just being like, oh, they murdered him. They murdered him. All right, but I don't want to turn him in because I love him. Like, it's so stupid, bro. But enough of that. I also do think that the retcon Don Mancini did about Charles Lee Ray having this Damballa amulet on the night he died, I don't hate it. And sometimes you gotta retcon, but and like I said, it doesn't ruin anything. It's a small thing, and it kind of would make sense because we know that he was into the voodoo and stuff. Unfortunately, same thing can't be said about a retcon that happens later on in a movie, which we'll get to eventually. But yeah, Bride of Chucky, it isn't perfect, but I really enjoy this film, and I think it's really good. Again, just my opinion. Don't attack me, but it's my opinion. Funny story. I remember when I first watched it, I absolutely loved it. Um, but now when I rewatch this movie, I do like it a lot less than when I first watched it. I really had this like really high on my rankings for Chucky movies, but then now I would definitely rank it a lot less. Which, speaking of, let's get to the tier list and find out where I rank it nowadays. Alright, guys, and as you can see, here's my ranking. I'd say Bride would be the first film in the A tier. I really love this movie. It's not perfect, like I said, but I do enjoy it. It's not even like bad good. I do think the movie is good. It's not for everyone. Like I said, it's a big tone shift for the Chucky universe because again, it goes from horror with slight comedy to comedy. It actually becomes a comedy, a horror comedy at that point in Bride. So it's not for everyone. I understand if you don't like the movie. And again, this is just my opinion. Don't attack me. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and comment what you think about Bride of Chucky. I'm very interested because again, this movie probably is one of the more divisive Chucky movies, honestly. Not counting, obviously. You already know. uh, so leave a like and comment what you think. Subscribe so you don't miss out on more content like this. Next up, see the Chucky. Oh, God help me.